Cindy's Library. This is Cindy, and today I am going to talk about my March plans. But first, I have a little bit of a book haul. I went to Eborn Books last weekend, which was President's Day, and I think they seem to be changing the store around from where I was from the last time I came. And so, not quite as fun. Had to figure things out, and I don't think they are fully settled in how things are going to be going forward. But I still managed to find two gems. So, first one is The Last Bookshelf in London by Madeline Martin, and looking very much forward to hearing about this. You had me at a bookshop in London during the Blitz, so don't need to know anything more than that. And I also found At the Back of the North Wind by George MacDonald. George MacDonald, he was a 19th century author. He wrote about religious subjects. He wrote a few fantasies for adults and more fantasies and fairy tales for children. And this is one of the latter. And so don't know anything more than that, but that's all I need to know. I may try to get to this in middle grade March, but we shall see, because yes, I am planning on taking a part in middle grade March, and I have plenty of books that I would like to get through for that. So, first of all, let us see. First of all, the prompts. The first prompt is a book with 5 or more words in the title. And so for this one, I'm going to have to look this one up. This is one I have on my Kindle. Let's see. The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte, Nettlestone by Jacqueline Mcriarty, it looks like. So I decided to go for that one. What I know about this book is that a young bookish girl who just wants to stay at home and read, thank you very much, due to the dying wish of, I think, one of her grandparents, is forced to go on an adventure. So that sounds perfect for middle grade March. I see a book featuring an orphan main character, so for that I decided on Winter House. And Winter House, I don't know a whole lot except that an orphan is sent to a new home called the Winter House. So that should do for that one. Contemporary book, I decided to do When You Trap a Tiger for that one. It's about a Korean girl who, as her grandmother is sick, is told stories by her grandmother of Korean mythology and maybe family stories too. That sounds perfect. Let's see, a book set in Asia or an Asian main character. I decided to go with Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. So that will be great. That is by Grace Lynn. So Newbery Honor from a couple of years ago. So it comes recommended. And The fifth challenge is a book older than me. So I decided on Lynette and Valerians by Elizabeth Gooch. This was written in the 1960s, so that definitely covers me. And I'm looking forward to this. Sounds like a group of children again, going on adventures. And let's see, I also want to read The Green Glass House if I can get to it. I've heard good things about it. Bit of a mystery there apparently. And The Railway Children by E. Nesbit. That is Kate Howe's life-softening read for March. It sounds perfect. And I got a few other ideas of ones I could read as well if I have time, which I may or may not, because Camilla, for Feb Regency, I'm about halfway through. To be fair, this is 900 pages long, so a month is a bit much to get through it, but that's okay. We're going to persevere. I'm listening to it. This is my audiobook, and so it shouldn't affect middle grade March very much. And March is the start of Dr. Thorne for Anthony Trollope. So exciting times in the town of Barchester, but we seem to be spreading out from the core clergy families that we have been associated with thus far. We met some of the Thornes in the last book. Squire Thorne is the squire in the area near Barchester, and he has a maiden sister with him. They're both elderly, so we will have to see what happens in this one. I don't know that I'll get very far in it, but to keep up I will need to at least get started with it. Oh, and I forgot to say the group read for middle grade March, and that is Pony by Rj Placio. I understand a boy, his father is suddenly taken away mysteriously, and so a horse helps him, and his friend who is a ghost helps him. I don't know anything more than that. It does sound intriguing, but we shall see. Heard good things about this one. Anyway, those are my plans for middle grade March and other March reading at this point. And I may throw in some Chronicles of Narnia as well. Currently I'm on Prince Caspian, and yes, I prefer publication order to chronological order. So anyway, I think that is everything. So love to hear what your March plans are, especially if you are doing a middle grade March. Please let me know down in the comments. I will leave links to some announcements about middle grade March. And that's it for today. So until next time, I hope we all stay safe and healthy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, happy reading.